People don't hate you for what you do, but for what you represent in their lives. Have you ever questioned why some people seem to feel an immediate aversion towards you, even when there is no apparent reason? It's as if, no matter what you do, there is always someone who looks at you with disdain or antipathy. The question of why some people simply hate us poses a mystery that does not always have its roots in our actions or words. Sometimes the reasons behind this hatred are rooted in psychological complexities, disguised envy, or misunderstandings. Understanding this phenomenon is not simply a matter of curiosity, but it is essential for navigating the complex social dynamics we face daily. Today, we show you the 9 truths behind inexplicable hatred and how to understand this often very painful phenomenon. Before we dive in, I want to thank you for the incredible support you give us. Every like helps us spread this powerful philosophy of life, allowing us to reach more people thanks to you. It is a pleasure for me to be able to create this content, and even more, to receive your comments full of love. I read them all. Ready? Let's get started. 1. Envy and jealousy. One of the most common and profound reasons that can lead someone to develop feelings of aversion towards you is envy or jealousy. These corrosive emotions act like real poisons in interpersonal relationships, capable of transforming admiration into repulsion and respect into resentment. Envy and jealousy often arise when someone sees in you something they would like for themselves, but they believe they cannot achieve. This feeling can be triggered by a variety of reasons, from your success in the professional field and personal achievements to aspects of your personality or lifestyle. In many cases, envy and jealousy are reflections of a person's internal dissatisfaction with their own life. Instead of finding inspiration in your achievements or rejoicing in your happiness, they see your qualities and successes as a mirror reflecting their own failures or bad luck. This emotion can evolve into deep resentment, leading them to wish for your failure or downfall in an attempt to alleviate their own pain or dissatisfaction. The most destructive aspect of envy and jealousy is that they can drive envious or jealous people to resort to gossip, defamation, or even sabotage to undermine your efforts and achievements. They may try to discredit your work or spread falsehoods about your character, all in the hope of knocking you down from the pedestal they believe you stand on. It is crucial to recognize that envy and jealousy are problems of the person who feels them, not yours. Although it is easy to internalize the hatred and start questioning or blaming yourself, it is important to remember that you are not responsible for another person's feelings of inferiority or dissatisfaction. Your achievements and qualities should not be diminished due to someone's inability to deal with their own internal problems. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Do not worry about things outside your control. The envy and jealousy of others are clearly something beyond your control, and Stoicism emphasizes the importance of focusing on what you can control: your own actions, thoughts, and reactions." Understanding that envy and jealousy are often the root of the hatred some people feel for you can help you navigate these complicated interactions. Knowing how to deal with these negative emotions maturely and passively without letting them affect you is a vital skill to maintain your inner peace and continue on your path of personal and professional growth. 2. Misunderstandings and ineffective communication. These factors, although they may initially seem small or insignificant, have the potential to fuel deep and lasting resentments. At the root of these misunderstandings are often misinterpretations or a lack of clarity in how we express ourselves or interpret the words of others. Misunderstandings arise when there is a discrepancy between the intention of a message and the way it is perceived. A misplaced word, a misinterpreted tone of voice, or even a facial expression can be enough to create a wrong impression. These small communication failures can lead to mistaken beliefs about intentions or attitudes, leading someone to think you are disrespectful indifferent, or even hostile. On the other hand, ineffective communication significantly contributes to the construction of emotional barriers and misunderstandings. This can occur when we fail to express our thoughts and feelings clearly, leaving room for misinterpretations. In other cases, the inability to practice active listening and truly understand the other person's perspective can lead to incorrect assumptions and judgments. These scenarios become fertile ground for the development of negative feelings. When people feel misunderstood or believe they have been misinterpreted, they can start to develop aversion based on these failed communication experiences. What began as a small misunderstanding can grow and transform into hostility that often has no relation to the reality of the situation or the relationship itself. Recognizing the importance of misunderstandings and ineffective communication as reasons for the emergence of negative feelings is crucial to avoiding unfounded hatred. It is essential to strive to maintain clear, open, and honest communication in all interactions. Additionally, it is important to give people the benefit of the doubt and seek clarifications when there is uncertainty. By doing so, unnecessary resentments can be avoided, and interpersonal relationships can be maintained on a healthier and more positive basis. 3. Differences in fundamental beliefs. We live in a diverse world where each person is shaped by a unique set of values and beliefs that guide their perceptions, decisions, and behaviors. When these values conflict with those of another person, this can be the starting point for disagreements and eventually hatred. Differences in values can range from political and religious views to opinions on work ethics and lifestyles. When someone sees their values as absolutely correct or superior, any person with a different set of beliefs can be seen as an adversary or threat. This us versus them mentality is a common source of interpersonal conflicts and can quickly transform disagreement into disdain. Additionally, when a person's beliefs are deeply rooted, any challenge to these beliefs is often perceived as a personal attack. This can trigger an intense defensive response, resulting in hostility directed towards the person who represents that perceived threat. In situations like this, the conflict is not limited to divergent opinions. It becomes a battle between identities and worldviews. These differences can also lead to stereotypes and hasty judgments. When people do not make an effort to understand the other person's perspective and resort to generalizations, they create barriers that prevent empathy and mutual understanding. These judgments can turn into hatred, especially when fueled by unacknowledged fears or prejudices. In Stoic philosophy, the idea is emphasized that our personal beliefs and values are the result of our individual experiences and perceptions. Epictetus, one of the prominent Stoic philosophers, would remind us that each of us is the product of our own education and environment. In that sense, it is natural for people to have different sets of values and beliefs. Encouraging open dialogue, tolerance, and respect for differences can not only prevent hatred, but also enrich our own experiences and understanding of the world. Accepting that not everyone will share our perspectives and that it is okay is a crucial step towards harmonious coexistence in a pluralistic society. You have come this far because you seek to understand the hidden reasons behind unjustified hatred. Comment, I understand the truth, to show your commitment to wisdom and understanding. Subscribe to Stoicism for Winners. This might be our only opportunity to connect. If this resonates with you, a single click will join you to our Stoic community, where together we will begin to transform your life. Let's continue. 4. Influence of rumors and gossip. Another significant factor that often leads to the development of feelings of hatred is the influence of rumors and gossip spread by third parties. These rumors, often false or exaggerated and motivated by malice or the simple desire to create intrigue, can be extremely harmful. They have the power to shape people's perceptions of you in an unfair and often irreversible way. Rumors and gossip act like a virus in social relationships, spreading quickly and infecting people's opinions before you have the chance to present your true story. Once a rumor starts circulating, it can take on a life of its own, distorting reality and creating a false image of who you are. This is particularly destructive when the rumors concern negative or sensitive aspects of your life or personality. The problem with rumors is that, even when unfounded, they can be incredibly convincing. People tend to believe what they hear, especially if the rumor confirms their own suspicions or prejudices. Additionally, the forbidden or sensational nature of a rumor can make it more appealing and, therefore, more likely to be spread. The spread of false or misleading information creates a toxic environment where you are judged and condemned without evidence or justice. The consequences can range from social isolation and loss of friendships to more serious impacts on your professional and personal life. The hatred generated by rumors can be one of the most difficult feelings to combat because you are fighting against a fabricated image, not reality. It is essential, therefore, to be aware of the powerful influence that rumors can have on forming hatred towards you. Although it can be challenging, it is important to try to dismantle these rumors with the truth and maintain integrity regardless of the falsehoods being spread. Remember that your authenticity and honesty are your best tools against the poison of rumors. Trusting in your truth and maintaining transparency in your interactions can help dispel lies and rebuild your image in the eyes of others. Remember that, in the long run, truth and integrity will prevail over falsehoods and malice. 5. Personal insecurities and projection. This is a complex reality often overlooked, but it plays a crucial role in the dynamics of interpersonal hatred. Personal insecurities, when not faced and overcome, can turn into envy, resentment, and eventually hatred towards those who do not seem to share the same weaknesses or fears. These insecurities can stem from various sources, such as past experiences, perceived failures, social comparisons, among others. As Seneca said, when someone feels insecure, they can inadvertently project those feelings onto others, especially those who seem to represent the opposite of their own insecurities. For example, if someone has insecurities about their career, they might develop resentment towards a colleague who is successful and advancing professionally. This projection of insecurities acts as a psychological defense, an attempt to deal with internal feelings of inadequacy. Instead of facing and working on their own insecurities, it is easier for some people to direct their frustration and negativity towards others. This process can lead to feelings of hatred, as the person sees in you a constant reminder of their own struggles and deficiencies. Another aspect of this dynamic is the feeling of threat that your achievements or qualities can represent to someone with deep insecurities. Instead of seeing your successes as inspiring, these people might perceive them as a mirror reflecting what they lack. This can trigger a negative emotional response, as they feel their own position or self-image is being challenged or diminished. It is essential to understand that someone's personal insecurities and resulting feelings of hatred are not your actions or who you are. They are instead a manifestation of that person's internal battles. Understanding this can help you not take these negative feelings personally and maintain a healthy perspective in your interactions. Additionally, recognizing this dynamic can be an important first step in addressing these feelings compassionately and empathetically, helping to dispel misunderstandings and foster a more positive environment. 6. Lack of empathy and understanding. In an ideal world, empathy and understanding would be the driving forces in our daily interactions. However, one of the most obvious reasons leading someone to harbor feelings of hatred is precisely the lack of these essential qualities. The inability to feel empathy or understand others' experiences and perspectives can create a chasm between people, leading to misunderstandings and ultimately hatred. The lack of empathy manifests itself in the inability to put oneself in the other's place, to feel what the other person is feeling, or to understand their motivations and reactions. When someone lacks empathy, their interpretations and reactions to others' actions can be severely distorted, leading them to perceive an offense where there is none and misinterpret intentions. As a result, they develop deep resentment based on a misunderstanding. This lack of understanding is often exacerbated by prejudices, hasty judgments, and the inability to consider context and nuances. People who lack empathy tend to see the world in black and white terms, which can lead to incorrect and unfair perceptions of others. Their judgments are often based on assumptions or a superficial view of the situation, without making an effort to truly understand the other person. The lack of empathy and understanding can also be a manifestation of egocentrism. Egocentric people are so focused on themselves that they find it difficult to recognize or value others' experiences and feelings. This egocentrism can translate into insensitivity, making them treat others' problems or successes with disdain or indifference. This attitude can easily be interpreted as hostility or hatred. Recognizing the lack of empathy or understanding as a reason for hatred is crucial for addressing these situations. It is important to remember that, in many cases, the hatred someone feels towards you is more a reflection of their own emotional limitations than anything you have done. Understanding this can help you approach these conflicts with a more balanced perspective, seeking ways to build bridges of understanding when possible, or to protect yourself from negative emotional influences. 7. Competition or rivalry. This type of relationship, often permeated by constant competition and comparison, can become a powerful source of negative feelings. When competition or rivalry intensifies, it can lead to hatred that transcends the boundaries of a simple dispute, becoming an obsession with surpassing or harming the other person. Competition and rivalry are common in various aspects of life, whether in the workplace, social circles, or even family relationships. Normally, healthy competition can be a stimulus for growth and personal improvement. However, when that competition becomes obsessive, or the rivalry is based on insecurities, jealousy, or past resentments, it can degenerate into a burning desire to see the other person fail. This transformation of competition into hatred often occurs when a person feels constantly overshadowed or inferior to the other. Instead of striving to surpass their own limits or achieve their goals, the focus shifts to defeating or diminishing the other. This feeling can intensify when it is perceived that the other's achievements or recognition are undeserved or come at one's own expense. Additionally, as Marcus Aurelius indicated, intensified rivalry can lead to destructive behaviors such as defamation, sabotage, or personal attacks. The need to win at any cost can undermine the sense of ethics and justice, resulting in actions aimed at directly harming the other person. These actions not only harm the target person, but also corrode the character and integrity of those who practice them. Recognizing competition and rivalry as a possible reason for hatred is important for understanding the nature of these relationships. By identifying these feelings in others or oneself, one can seek ways to transform competition into collaboration, or at least learn to compete in a healthy and respectful manner. Remembering that another person's success does not diminish yours, and that there is room for everyone to shine, can be a powerful antidote against hatred born from competition and rivalry. 8. The influence of social expectations. Sometimes people can develop negative feelings if they feel that you do not meet the social norms or expectations they consider important. For example, Imagine living in a community where people are expected to follow specific cultural traditions and values. If you choose a life path that significantly differs from those expectations, such as choosing an unconventional career or having a relationship that does not meet traditional norms, some people might feel uncomfortable or resentful about that choice. This is because your choice challenges their own beliefs and expectations, which can lead to hostility. Social pressure and fear of the unknown can drive these feelings of hatred. It is important to remember that your life and choices are yours to make, and you should not conform to others' expectations despite opposition. Maintaining authenticity and living according to your values is essential for your happiness and well-being. 9. Lack of recognition. The last reason why someone might develop negative feelings towards you is a lack of recognition. Sometimes, people expect or want their efforts, achievements, or contributions to be recognized, and when they feel they are not receiving the attention or recognition they believe they deserve, they may start to experience resentment or even hatred. The lack of recognition can be especially relevant in work, family, or social environments where the competition for attention or appreciation is high. Epictetus stated the following: "When someone perceives that their achievements or hard work are ignored or minimized, it can generate feelings of bitterness towards those who seem to receive more recognition." It is important to remember that recognition can be subjective and vary according to individual expectations. Some people may need more validation and appreciation than others. Open communication and expression of recognition can help prevent the buildup of unjustified resentments and foster healthier relationships. After exploring the 9 reasons why people may develop feelings of hatred towards you, it becomes clear that navigating the complex world of interpersonal relationships requires both care and understanding. It is essential to recognize the importance of distancing yourself from those who, driven by their own problems and insecurities, seek only to destroy you and disrupt your peace. This distancing is not an act of weakness but of strength and self-preservation. Hatred is often less related to who you are and more to the internal struggles of the person who feels it. Whether it is envy, misunderstandings, differences in values, rumors, personal insecurities, lack of empathy, or rivalry. These reasons reveal more about the person who hates than the person hated. It is vital to understand that you are not responsible for another person's negative emotions, nor is it your role to try to please everyone. By understanding these factors, you can develop a more balanced perspective on relationships. Instead of internalizing hatred and letting it affect your self-esteem and worldview, you can choose to focus on your own qualities, strengths, and the development of healthy and positive relationships. To conclude, I want to leave a message of encouragement. Remember that each person is unique, with their own qualities, flaws, and paths to follow. The reasons why someone may hate you are reflections of the battles that person is facing with themselves. Therefore, continue your path with integrity, kindness, and authenticity. Value those who respect and appreciate you for who you are, and know that, by doing so, you are creating a healthier and happier environment for yourself and those around you. I am excited to hear your stories of overcoming this topic. Share your victories, your challenges, and your experiences. If you don't know what to comment, write "Stoic Calm" to show that you have finished our session. Your voice is essential here. Each reflection strengthens and elevates our community, reflecting the true value of each individual and contributing to our shared Stoic identity. Joining as a member of our channel not only strengthens our community, but also positions you as a pillar in spreading Stoicism. If you resonate with our values, consider your membership. Details in the pinned comment. Act now and be part of a community that values wisdom and personal growth, because together we are stronger and can reach new heights. See you in our next meeting on Stoicism for Winners, where we will continue exploring the riches of Stoic wisdom applied to modern life. Until we meet again, remember, you are the sole owner of your perception, the creator of your peace, and the warrior of your own battle. This is the legacy of Stoicism, the art of being invincible.